Imagine a life where every notification, every news headline, every casual comment feels like a personal crisis, a relentless barrage of anxieties threatening to overwhelm your sanity. From looming career setbacks and turbulent relationship woes to the incessant hum of existential dread, you find yourself perpetually stressed, stretched thin, and teetering on the brink of collapse. What if the key to navigating this chaotic landscape isn't to desperately control every outcome, meticulously micromanage every detail, but rather to strategically and deliberately choose what not to care about? This isn't an invitation to apathy or a descent into nihilism, but an introduction to Stoic indifference, a powerful and often misunderstood principle at the heart of Stoic philosophy. It's about cultivating a profound detachment from external events that are ultimately outside of our control, freeing ourselves from the tyranny of reactive emotions and anchoring our sense of well-being to something far more stable and enduring. Picture this. One person spiraling into panic over a minor flight delay, their entire day ruined, while another calmly accepts the situation, using the unexpected downtime to read, plan, or simply relax. This difference in response highlights the core of Stoicism, shifting from anxiety-driven reaction to proactive, reasoned action. Rooted in the wisdom of the ancient world, Stoicism emerged as a philosophy of resilience in the face of immense adversity, offering a practical guide to navigating the storms of life with tranquility and fortitude. Its relevance in our modern, anxiety-ridden world has never been greater. Stoicism offers a path to reclaim your life from the clutches of anxiety and step into a realm of enhanced well-being, profound inner peace, and genuine freedom from the emotional turmoil that plagues so many. Consider the immense weight of constantly caring about everything, the exhausting mental gymnastics, the sleepless nights, the constant feeling of being overwhelmed. Now, contrast that with the lightness and clarity that comes from selectively detaching from the things that truly don't warrant your emotional investment. By adopting Stoic principles, you unlock the potential for profound personal transformation, improving your decision-making, strengthening your relationships, and increasing your overall life satisfaction by learning to respond with reason rather than react with emotion. In this video, we will provide actionable strategies and practical insights into applying Stoic principles in your daily life, moving far beyond theoretical understanding to offer tangible tools for managing your emotions, responding to adversity with grace, and cultivating an unshakable inner strength. We will lay the foundation for understanding that true happiness springs from within, independent of external circumstances or the fickle whims of fate. At the heart of this transformative philosophy lie key figures whose wisdom continues to resonate across the centuries. We will turn to the teachings of Epictetus, Seneca, and Marcus Aurelius, Stoic luminaries who served as guides to resilience and tranquility amidst the chaos of the Roman Empire. Their timeless works, including Meditations, Letters from a Stoic, and the Enchiridion, offer invaluable insights into the art of living a virtuous and fulfilling life. Crucially, we must define what we mean by Stoic indifference. It is not about becoming apathetic or ceasing to care about anything at all. Rather, it's about consciously choosing not to be emotionally attached to those things that lie outside of our sphere of influence. For example, one can care deeply about justice and fairness in the world, yet accept that you cannot unilaterally control the actions and decisions of others. This understanding rests on the core concepts of the dichotomy of control, distinguishing between what you can and cannot influence, the paramount importance of virtue as the ultimate good, and the acceptance of fate as an inevitable aspect of the human condition. By embracing virtue as the guiding principle of our lives, we unlock a sense of personal fulfillment and enduring happiness that cannot be shaken by external events. But is it truly possible to not care about the things that matter most? Is emotional detachment a sign of strength or a symptom of disconnection? How do we reconcile caring deeply about the world with the Stoic call for emotional equanimity? These are the questions we will grapple with as we delve deeper into the transformative power of Stoicism. While its benefits are undeniable, the path is not without its challenges. There are common misconceptions to overcome and deeply ingrained emotional habits to untangle. We will explore the cycle of worry, the seductive trap of seeking validation from external sources, and the often uncomfortable yet incredibly powerful technique of negative visualization. For instance, how does worrying about financial security often lead to poor financial decisions, exacerbating the very problem we fear? Prepare to discover practical exercises, real-world case studies, and proven strategies for overcoming the obstacles that stand between you and a life of Stoic tranquility. What if you could implement immediately actionable insights that yield tangible results, transforming the way you experience and respond to the inevitable challenges of life? Now, let's delve into the heart of Stoicism and unpack this concept of indifference, which is so often misunderstood. What does it truly mean to not care? And how can this lead to a more fulfilling life? Stoic indifference isn't about becoming emotionally barren or detaching from the world and people around you. It's not a prescription for apathy. Instead, it represents a strategic detachment from external factors that lie outside of your control. It's a conscious decision to focus your emotional energy on what you can influence: your thoughts, actions, and character, and to accept with equanimity what you cannot. Think of it this way: you can care deeply about your loved ones, their well-being, their happiness, their growth. But you must also accept that their choices are ultimately their own. You cannot control their decisions, their reactions, or their paths in life. Stoic indifference, in this context, means releasing the need to control their behavior and accepting them for who they are, even when their choices differ from what you might desire. This acceptance doesn't diminish your love or concern. It simply protects you from unnecessary emotional turmoil and allows you to support them more effectively. The cornerstone of Stoic indifference lies in the dichotomy of control, a clear and unwavering distinction between what is within our power and what is not. Epictetus, in his Enchiridion, emphasizes this point with characteristic clarity. Some things are in our control, while others are not. In our control are opinion, pursuit, desire, aversion, and in a word, whatever are our own actions. Not in our control are body, property, reputation, command, and in one word, whatever are not our own actions. This distinction is not merely an intellectual exercise, it's a fundamental reorientation of your focus. Consider a traffic accident. You cannot control the actions of the other driver, the road conditions, or the unpredictable nature of life. However, you can control your reaction to the accident, your emotional response, your decision to remain calm, your choice to act responsibly and seek appropriate assistance. By focusing on what you can control your response, you reclaim your power and prevent the external event from dictating your inner state. But what should we focus on if not external success? For the Stoics, virtue is the only true good, and thus the ultimate aim in life. Wisdom, justice, courage, and temperance, these are the cardinal virtues that guide Stoic thought and action. These virtues are entirely within your control. You can choose to act wisely, justly, courageously, and with temperance, regardless of the external circumstances. Imagine you are faced with a difficult business deal. You could choose to prioritize profit above all else, potentially compromising your integrity. Or you could choose honesty and fairness, even if it means sacrificing financial gain. The Stoic approach dictates that you prioritize virtue, recognizing that true and lasting fulfillment comes from living in accordance with your values, not from the accumulation of wealth or external success. How does this relate to resilience? This unwavering focus on virtue forms the bedrock of increased resilience and inner peace. When your sense of worth isn't contingent on external validation or material possessions, but rather on your commitment to living virtuously, you become far less susceptible to the ups and downs of life. The ability to remain calm and rational in stressful situations stems from a strong internal value system. This allows you to navigate challenges with clarity, purpose, and unwavering resolve. Now let's confront a common and pervasive challenge: the illusion of control. Why do we crave control, and what are the consequences of this obsession? Modern society often glorifies the pursuit of control, equating it with success and competence. We are bombarded with messages that tell us we can achieve anything if we just work hard enough, plan meticulously enough, and exert enough control over our environment. However, this relentless pursuit of control can have detrimental effects on our mental health, leading to anxiety, stress, and burnout. Think about the micromanaging boss who insists on controlling every aspect of their employees' work, stifling creativity and creating a toxic work environment. Or contrast that with a leader who trusts their team, delegates effectively, and focuses on the broader strategy. The former, in their attempt to control everything, ultimately loses control, while the latter, by accepting the limits of their influence, empowers their team and achieves greater overall success. This is where the Stoic concept of amor fati, loving and accepting everything that happens, becomes profoundly liberating. Amor fati is not a passive resignation to fate, but rather an active embrace of reality in all its beauty and ugliness, its triumphs and tragedies. It's about recognizing that everything that happens is part of the natural order of the universe, and that even seemingly negative events can serve a purpose, leading to growth and redirection. Consider a career setback, a job loss, a failed promotion, or a business venture that doesn't pan out. Instead of dwelling on the disappointment and feeling like a victim of circumstance, the Stoic embraces this setback as an opportunity for growth and redirection. Perhaps it's a chance to explore a new career path, develop new skills, or reevaluate your priorities in life. By accepting what has happened, you free yourself from the emotional paralysis of regret and open yourself up to new possibilities. Moreover, how can we prepare for these setbacks? The Stoics practiced negative visualization as a powerful tool for reducing fear and increasing resilience. Negative visualization involves mentally preparing for worst-case scenarios. It's not about dwelling on the negative or expecting the worst to happen, but rather about acknowledging the impermanence of everything and preparing yourself emotionally for potential setbacks. For example, imagine you're starting a new job. Instead of focusing solely on the potential for success and accolades, take some time to mentally prepare for the possibility of job loss or interpersonal conflict. Visualize how you would cope with these challenges, what steps you would take to mitigate the damage, and how you would maintain your composure in the face of adversity. By mentally rehearsing these scenarios, you lessen their emotional impact if they actually occur, allowing you to respond with greater clarity and resilience. This is difficult, isn't it? Accepting negative outcomes goes against our natural inclination to avoid pain and discomfort. It requires a conscious effort to let go of the need to control and embrace the uncertainty of life. However, the long-term benefits for mental fortitude are undeniable. The difficulty of letting go of the need to control, even when it causes suffering, is precisely what makes this practice so transformative. But what about the role of emotions in all of this? Let's clarify the Stoic view on emotions, which is often misunderstood. Do Stoics believe in suppressing emotions? Absolutely not. Stoicism isn't about denying or suppressing emotions, but about understanding and managing them rationally. Emotions are a natural part of the human experience, and to deny them is to deny a fundamental aspect of ourselves. However, the Stoics believed that many of our negative emotions, such as anger, fear, and anxiety, stem from irrational thoughts and judgments. The goal, then, is to identify and challenge these cognitive distortions, replacing them with more rational and balanced perspectives. For example, instead of reacting impulsively with anger when someone cuts you off in traffic, you can acknowledge your anger but choose to respond with reason. You might remind yourself that the other driver may be having a bad day, that getting angry won't solve the situation, and that your own safety and well-being are more important than asserting your dominance. But how do you challenge your own irrational thoughts? Identifying cognitive distortions is a crucial step in managing your emotions rationally. Cognitive distortions are irrational thought patterns that lead to negative emotions and behaviors. These distortions often involve exaggerating the negative aspects of a situation, minimizing the positive, or making sweeping generalizations based on limited evidence. For example, the thought, "I must be perfect," is a common cognitive distortion. It sets an unrealistic standard and leads to feelings of anxiety, self-doubt, and inadequacy. By challenging this thought, you can replace it with a more rational and balanced perspective, such as, "I can strive for excellence, but perfection is unrealistic. It's okay to make mistakes. They are opportunities for learning and growth." This allows you to approach challenges with greater self-compassion and resilience. And how can we shift our emotional response? One of the most powerful tools in the Stoic arsenal is the power of perspective. Changing your perspective can fundamentally transform your emotional response to events. The same event can elicit vastly different emotions depending on how you choose to interpret it. Consider the experience of receiving criticism. You could view criticism as a personal attack, feeling hurt, defensive, and resentful. Or you could view it as an opportunity for improvement, recognizing that the person offering the criticism may have valuable insights that can help you grow and develop. By choosing to focus on the potential benefits of criticism, you transform your emotional response from negativity to gratitude and motivation. Let's reinforce the pattern: emotional reactivity versus reasoned response. By now, you should be seeing a clear pattern emerge. Emotional reactivity leads to suffering and disempowerment, while reasoned response leads to clarity, resilience, and inner peace. This pattern underscores the importance of cultivating inner virtues. These virtues, in turn, fuel our ability to respond to life's challenges with wisdom, justice, courage, and temperance. But what about the common objections to Stoicism? Let's address some common misconceptions and challenges associated with Stoicism. What are the common myths, and how can we overcome the practical difficulties of applying Stoic principles? One of the most prevalent myths is that Stoicism is about being emotionless, a cold, detached robot devoid of feelings. This is a gross misrepresentation of the philosophy. Stoics value human connection and acting virtuously, which requires emotional intelligence. They simply believe that emotions should be guided by reason, not dictated by impulse. Another misconception is that Stoicism is passive, encouraging people to simply accept whatever happens without taking action. Again, this is inaccurate. Stoics believe in taking action to improve the world and make a positive difference, but they emphasize focusing on what you can control, your actions and intentions, and accepting what you can't. So, what about the challenges of incorporating Stoicism into everyday life? Even with a solid understanding of Stoic principles, consistently applying them in daily life can be challenging. It's easy to slip back into old habits of worrying, reacting impulsively under stress, or seeking validation from external sources. Dealing with difficult people, managing unexpected setbacks, and navigating complex ethical dilemmas can all test your Stoic resolve. So, what are some effective strategies for overcoming these obstacles? The key lies in consistently focusing on what you can control, your actions and reactions, rather than what you can't. When faced with a difficult person, you can't control their behavior, but you can control how you respond to them. You can choose to remain calm, set boundaries, and communicate your needs assertively without resorting to anger or defensiveness. When managing unexpected setbacks, you can't control what has happened, but you can control how you react to it. You can choose to accept the situation, learn from it, and take steps to move forward with resilience. Remember, consistent practice leads to increased resilience and inner peace over time. So, let's bring it all together. We've explored the core tenets of Stoic indifference. the dichotomy of control, understanding what we can and cannot influence, virtue as the ultimate good anchoring our value system internally, and acceptance of fate embracing what is. Remember, Stoic indifference isn't about apathy or emotional detachment. It's a selective detachment from externals, a strategic redirection of our energy towards what truly matters. The primary revelation here is that true power and freedom arise not from controlling the external world, but from mastering our internal world, our thoughts, actions, and virtues. It's a paradox. By not caring about what we cannot control, we gain greater control over ourselves and unlock a deeper sense of happiness. We've seen this pattern unfold repeatedly. External anxieties stemming from a desire to control versus the internal resilience cultivated by focusing on our character. Imagine someone facing a major financial setback. Without a Stoic mindset, they might succumb to panic and despair. But with a Stoic approach, they acknowledge the setback, focus on what they can do to mitigate the damage, and maintain their integrity throughout the process. This shift in perspective from victim to agent is what Stoicism offers. Rather than constantly reacting to external stimuli, we proactively shape our inner world, becoming architects of our own well-being. Stoicism, however, is more than just a set of techniques. It's a framework for understanding the human condition. It acknowledges the inherent suffering, adversity, and search for meaning that defines our existence. Its enduring relevance lies in its ability to transcend cultural and historical boundaries, offering timeless wisdom that resonates with individuals across different walks of life. The acceptance versus resistance pattern we've examined reveals that acceptance isn't passive resignation, but an active engagement with reality. By accepting what we cannot change, the past, the actions of others, the inevitability of loss, we free ourselves to focus on what we can change: our present actions, our future goals, our inner state. The implications of adopting this mindset are profound. Reduced stress, improved relationships, increased resilience, and greater overall life satisfaction. Stoicism transforms our understanding of success, happiness, and the good life, shifting the focus from external achievements to internal virtues. The good life, as the Stoics envisioned it, isn't about acquiring possessions or achieving status, but about living virtuously and in accordance with nature. Returning to our initial questions, is it truly possible to not care about the things that matter? Is letting go akin to apathy? The answer, as we've seen, is a resounding no. Stoicism isn't about suppressing emotions or disengaging from the world, but about managing emotions rationally and acting virtuously. It's about carefully choosing where we invest our emotional energy. To reiterate the worry acceptance peace pattern, when anxious thoughts arise, we identify them, challenge their irrationality, and practice acceptance. This process transforms worry into calm understanding. Stoic indifference, therefore, is a tool for prioritizing what is truly important: our relationships, our values, our pursuit of a virtuous life. And it releases the tension between caring and not caring. By strategically not caring about things outside of our control, we free ourselves to care more deeply about what truly matters: our families, our communities, and our own moral compass. This exploration, however, is just the beginning. How can Stoicism be applied to specific areas of life, such as parenting, leadership, or creative pursuits? How can we cultivate Stoic virtues in a modern world that often prioritizes external success over inner character? These are questions that warrant further investigation. You might consider diving deeper into the works of Epictetus, Seneca, and Marcus Aurelius, exploring the connections between Stoicism and cognitive behavioral therapy, CBT, or researching the experiences of modern individuals who have embraced Stoic principles. We encourage you to share your own experiences with Stoicism in the comments section below, connecting with others who are on a similar journey. In future videos, we might explore topics such as Stoicism and relationships, Stoicism and career success, or the modern Stoic, practical exercises for daily life. But for now, remember this: Start small, be patient with yourself, and embrace the journey of becoming more stoic. It's a lifelong practice, not a quick fix. Progress, not perfection, is the key. Thank you for joining us on this exploration of Stoicism and the power of not caring. If you found this video helpful, please like, comment, and subscribe for more content on philosophy, psychology, and self-improvement.